phony. And we are also providing safe haven in Canada for some 20,000 Iraqi refugees, many of whom are Chaldean Catholics driven from their ancient homeland under the threat of death. Mais nous devons en faire davantage, car les infractions commises à l'égard de ce droit fondamental sont graves et nombreuses. But we are compelled to do more by the sheer number and gravity of the offences against this fundamental right around the world, and the assault it implies on democracy itself. The cause is just, the need is urgent, and our responsibility is clear. As Canadians, as citizens of a free country, we have a solemn duty. As Sir Wilfrid Laurier once said, and I quote, we should always remember this, "Le Canada est libre et la liberté c'est sa nationalité." Canada is free and freedom is its nationality. Ladies and gentlemen, the freedom to worship according to one's own conscience is at the root of our personalities and therefore at the root of all of our liberties. That is why I'm deeply honored to be here today in a place where those once persecuted can now freely worship, in this country whose hallmark is tolerance of diversity and respect for human dignity. J'ai le grand honneur, mesdames et messieurs, d'annoncer l'établissement officiel du Bureau de la liberté religieuse du Canada et de son premier ambassadeur. I'm deeply honored, ladies and gentlemen, to announce the official establishment of Canada's Office of Religious Freedom. Thank you very much. I'm also further delighted to be able to announce Canada's first ambassador of religious freedom. He is a scholar, a man of principle and deep convictions. Please welcome everybody, Dr. Andrew Bennett. To be housed in the Department of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Bennett will monitor religious freedom around the world. He will promote it as a key objective of Canadian foreign policy. And Dr. Bennett will help ensure that the protection of religious freedom informs the policies and programs of the Government of Canada. Dr. Bennett, you have my best wishes and full support as you set forth on this most important mission. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that this audience requires no convincing on the need for action in defense of religious freedom. But there are some who, while generally supportive, would not have thought to make it a priority. And there are a few who may believe this is of interest to only a limited number of Canadians and the communities most affected. Let me address this directly. Notre gouvernement reconnaît les liens cruciaux et historiques entre le respect du pluralisme religieux et le développement même de la démocratie. C'est pourquoi nous allons continuer à nous faire un champion de la liberté de conscience et de religion dans le monde entier. There is a crucial and historical link between respect for religious pluralism and the development of democracy itself. And today, as many centuries ago, democracy cannot find fertile ground in any society where notions of the freedom of personal conscience and faith are not permitted. Former Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, who was one of the greatest human rights champions in our history, noted these realities when he introduced his original Canadian Bill of Rights. So I want to remind you what he said. Je suis Canadien, libre de m'exprimer sans crainte, libre de vénérer Dieu à ma façon, libre de défendre la cause qui me semble juste, libre de m'élever contre ce qui me semble mal, libre de choisir qui gouvernera mon pays. Je m'engage à poursuivre cette tradition de liberté pour moi-même et pour toute l'humanité. I am a Canadian.